I know you all have heard you can't get it wrong, you can't make a mistake, you can't mess the manifestation up. But even though you hear this, a lot of you still are judging yourself and asking yourself, why am I doing it wrong? I must be doing it wrong because I don't have the manifestation. It's not here, so something is wrong. Well, I want to talk to you guys about this very thing, and I intend for all of you who watch this video to release yourself from this idea that you can make a mistake, because it is a Pandora's box when you realize that there are no mistakes ever, and you can't make a mistake. In fact, you never have. Welcome, my name is Rose. Welcome to The Rosey Life, where we help you free your mind and follow your heart so you live a life that you love. If you're interested in working one-on-one with me, you can join the Rosey Life course in community. Go to RoseyLife.com. All the information's down below. Okay, so I got to share this with you guys. So one of my besties had a birthday present made for me, and it was custom made for me, and it's hilarious. I cannot wait to hang it up in my new place. It's a clock, and it says now. It's Rose time. Look, and it's established infinity. I was like, does this girl know me or what? I just had to share that with you because she just gave it to me today. Okay, so I woke up with this inspiration this morning for this video because I too was somebody that constantly saw myself as fearful of making a mistake. And we're taught, like most of our lives, we're taught that there's a right way and a wrong way, that there's a good way and there's a bad way. And depending on the outcome, like I showed in another video, that's what drives you to keep pushing and trying harder and keep going until you get it right. It makes perfect logical sense, doesn't it? But here's the issue. There are no errors. There's no mistakes. There's no rules when it comes to manifesting. None. No rules. So no matter what you're listening to or what coach you're listening to, remember, all of us, including me, we're all operating from our own personal belief systems. So, because in the divine, it's absolute. Absolute means there's no rules, no mistakes. It's perfection. That's the truth of who we all are. Perfect. Everything else is an optional belief, something that you learned, something that you, whether you consciously agree to it or you did not consciously agree to it, it's all a belief. And the more that you identify as the perfection of who you are, you begin to release all of these unnecessary rules and beliefs of what is already yours. Because it's already, everything is already yours. What is there that you think you have to do? If it's already yours, what are you thinking you're having to earn it? What do you think you're having to convince convince your subconscious mind about, that you have to force it into submission and believe it? A lot of this creates a lot of fear from different people that they're doing it wrong or that they can do it wrong. Instead, I want to show you a different perspective. So, error, mistake, wrong, etc., right? That's a belief that you could get it wrong, a belief that that you are mistaken, a belief that there's an error, right? The belief in this, right or wrong, causes things such as this, but not limited to this: guilt, the belief in punishment, because if you believe in error, then you're punished because you haven't done it right. So you're going to keep doing it until you get it right. Otherwise, you're not going to get the result you want. Loss, you lost your chance. Maybe you feel like you lost your chance with a career, a person, or whatever. You think that you pushed it too far, you went too far, or that you didn't behave properly, or that you could have done better. Do you see? So you missed your chance. You need to do more. You need to try harder. There's regret. There's judgment, criticism of yourself and others as well. So I love this quote from A Course in Miracles, and I have a couple of different quotes I want to share with you to really drive this home for all of you. The plan is not yours because of your limited ideas about what you are. This this sense of limitation is where all errors arise. It's telling us right there from A Course in Miracles, it's saying your limited beliefs about what you are is the cause of all errors. So when you let go of your belief in errors and you identify with the divine imperfection of who you are, believe it or not, feel it or not, you just need know. I am God's child. God makes no mistakes. So I don't make mistakes. There's no wrong way to do anything. Every choice that I make is the right choice. It doesn't matter. I benefit from it. I'm always on the right track. I'm always doing the right thing. I'm always in the right place at the right time. I'm thinking the right way. I'm doing it right way. I'm imagining the right way. Everything that I do is right because that's how God sees you. And you can see yourself that way. Even if you're not used to it, it doesn't matter. You can assume it and declare it anyway because it's coming from a place of power, a place of truth. God does not make a mistake, and therefore you are not a mistake. You are not a mistake. And the way that you're doing it is not a mistake. But your belief in mistakes, in errors, in doing it wrong is what causes suffering. So you can believe in right or wrong, good or bad, or mistakes, and have the experience of one who makes mistakes. But you're also, like I've said in other videos, you also are signing up to believe in its punishment. Because in order for you to believe that there's a wrong or bad, you're also going to believe in its punishment. And that might be of you having to try harder, you're not doing it enough, and then that judgment and criticism. Do you see, these are the things that exhaust so many people, of them trying and pushing so hard when you are already perfect, whole, and complete. There's nothing for you to do. There's only for you to allow the higher you to do all the doing for you. That is all we're doing. We are choosing, and then we are allowing the divine to do it for us. Because even if you think you're doing it, even if you think you're pushing harder by affirming or scripting or whatever, even you're not even doing that. You're just you fell under the illusion and the identity of someone that has to do it and try harder and take matters into their own hands. And yeah, so you're behaving and acting through that identity, but you're not even doing that. It's all being done through you. So what exactly are you doing? Choosing. That's it. Choosing. So forgiveness this is another Course in Miracles quote. Forgiveness through the Holy Spirit lies simply in looking beyond error from the beginning. So it's telling you, go start now and start seeing that there's no error from the beginning. You've never made a mistake. Everything has been a choice. And everything, yes, there's cause and effect of every choice that you make. There's an effect for, all your actions. There's a reaction or proaction or whatever. But yes, what you reap is what you sow, all of those things. But those are choices. Choices aren't meant to be criticized and said that's good or that's bad, that's a right way, that's a wrong way. They're just choices. But you can judge those choices and say, oh, that's bad. Who said so? Why can't everything be good? Because that's all there is. You can choose that because that's all there is. There's only good. There's only God. There's only love. So it says, looking beyond error from the beginning, this keeping it unreal for you. In other words, you are denying that you are doing something wrong. So anytime you get any thought that you're doing something wrong, you're just like, no, that's not true. That's not real for me. For me. For you, for me. Do you see? This is about you. Instead of looking at what other people are doing right or wrong, it's telling you to look at yourself, to put the focus on you and what you believe to be true. Everyone, as you pushed out, you will change the world that you live in. Stop wondering, what about these people? What about those people? What about that? What about this? Put the focus on you. But there's like, it's some people have an insistence on saying, well, those are bad people and that's happening in this world. Put the focus back on you, your divine perfection. Because when you do that, you impact and change the world that you live in. So do not let, it says, do not let any beliefs in its realness enter your mind, or you will also believe that you must undo what you have made in order to be forgiven. It's telling you right there, if you want to walk around believe that you make mistakes and that you can do it wrong, it's saying then now you believe that you have to undo it, that you got to fix it. You got to fix yourself, that you got to find a different way. You got to find a better way. You got to try harder. You got to do something harder, right? That you got to go around telling everybody you're sorry every time you make a mistake, or that you're waiting for everyone else to tell you you're sorry because when they made a mistake. Do you see how this is hell? But if you see the perfection in who you are and what you are, you can then, and only then, after you see the divine in you, then you can see the divine in others. You can see that they too are divine and perfect and whole and complete, making choices. And you can judge their choices, but then you're back to judging yourself. Because when you judge another, you're just judging yourself. Here's a quote by Neville Goddard. It says, when you have found the cause of the phenomena of life, let every other belief go. It doesn't say some beliefs. It doesn't say hold on to only these rules and these beliefs and that there's this is the right way to do it. If you want to get anything you want, you have to do it this way. Otherwise, it's not going to work. It says let every other belief go. You can't get it wrong. So stop saying that you're doing it wrong. You free yourself from regret, from shame, from feeling like you missed a chance, that it's too late, etc. When you release your idea of wrong, error, mistakes, you free yourself. You will find peace to know that you are not making mistakes, that you can only make choices. There is only choice, preference, because there's only good, there's only God and love and peace. That there's a scripture in the Bible about turning your cheek. It's not about being a doormat. It's about, you can see your human self as in one that makes mistakes or that you can get it wrong. Or you can choose to see yourself. You remember, my Father and I are one, but my Father's greater than I. You can choose to see the divine in you that didn't make a mistake and doesn't see you as a mistake. So why would you see yourself as a mistake? You can choose to see that human side of you and insist that you make mistakes, or there's a right way, there's a wrong way, that something's good, that something bad. You can choose to see that, but it's saying you could turn your cheek and see it the other way. You can remember who you are. You can remember that you are whole and perfect and complete, and that you've never made a mistake. You've only made choices. But that error, mistake, or bad, or wrong, those are all judgments. Those are all judgments in that because the absolute of who you are, that absolute power, who you are, is free from all of these things, free from mistakes, free from pain and suffering and wrong and right and good and bad and judgment and trying. And it doesn't know that. Those are only options that you can choose to experience in your reality if you choose to. But it is always, always going to come down to your choice. So free yourself from seeing yourself as you have the ability to do this wrong. You can't get it wrong. And this is why. Because wrong doesn't exist. Mistakes don't exist. If anything, I was thinking about this when I woke up, thinking about this video today about those, those, I forgot what do they call them, those Hollywood those black and white Hollywood sticks. They're like, take one, take two, take three, right? They're not saying, oh, that was bad, or that, and they might, right? But instead see yourself as like, you know what? I'm going to do it a different way, or I choose to see this differently. I'm going to do this differently. I'm going to change my perspective about it. Your retake, it's not a mistake. It's retake it. Retake. Oh, yeah, I'm not stuck with that take. I'm not stuck with that experience. I'm not stuck. That's revising. That's whatever you want to call it. But you're just constantly making a new decision, and neutralize the things that you used to say that you feel bad about or you think that you've done wrong. You're just like, no, nothing's wrong. There is no wrong. There is only choice. I can look at the same thing and say that was a mistake, or I can look at it and say, I'm going to just choose again. That's not good or bad. I'm just going to choose again. I did nothing wrong. I'm just going to choose again. Because when you choose, everyone's your reflection and they just reflect you and your choice, or they can reflect you feeling guilty and bad that you did something wrong. Your choice. Do you see? Which one do you want to experience? Do you want to have everyone reflecting that you're doing mistakes and you're doing everything wrong? Or do you want to choose again and be the person that you choose to be right now? Because right now is the only thing that matters. Right now is all that exists. Just like the clock, it's always now. So now what are you going to think? Now what are you going to choose? Now how are you going to see things? Now what you're going to do? Instead of looking at what you've done or how long it's been or what you've tried, what are you doing now? And now? And what about now? What are you thinking now? Do you see? So I intend that this video really helped you release this idea that you can make a mistake. There are no mistakes. You've never made mistakes. You've only made choices. You can do no wrong when you were created by a perfect, powerful source that didn't make a mistake when he made you, when it made you, whatever you guys want to call it. Okay? I love you guys so, so much because you are all so freaking amazing. And I love you guys. And thank you for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing to The Rosey Life. And thank you for all my members. I love you guys all so, so much. And I'll see you real soon. Bye.